Afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from the global village. We are here to witness a team that has dominated Dynamos. We wait and see what will transpire as Dynamos are at their favorite hunting ground, which is Rufaro Stadium, legendary.
Yes, so we will have to wait and find out. I did say, can Dynamos flip that coin? Because for 15 years, ever since Chicken Inn, we're under the tutelage of the great legendary forward, the late Adam Dlovu Adamski. Yes, he masterminded the first defeat over Dynamos at Baba Fields back in 2012. An on goal, though it was by Guthrie Tollgate Jokinyi, handed 3 points to Chicken Inn. But it was the start. As the years went by, Chicken Inn were just steamrolling over Dimbare. Right. We've also got an expert who was with us yesterday. Yes, you know him. We are Ruti Gorerino, Vanosumudza Cup, Yaku EPL. I mean, we are talking about Joseph Mkani, the staunch Liverpool supporter. Jose, it's always good when you're around.
Yes, always. You never walk alone, CNN. We always walk together. And today we are working together to see a game that piece two teams that has seen Chicken Inn dominate them. I know you spoke of the 15 years dominance, but again, maybe if this will make Dynamos fans comfortable to say, in the last 10 games, Chicken Inn have won 5 times, Dynamos have won 3 times, and they've drawn 2 games. That is in the last 10 games only. But I'm not sure if Dynamos fans will want to sit comfortable watching this game, because the last time Dynamos beat Chicken Inn was in season 2023. 2024, Chicken Inn fried Dynamos home and away. Season 2025, Chicken Inn fried Dynamos home and away. So I don't know what lies ahead for Dynamos this afternoon. Maybe watch this game with one eye. I don't know. But look, it's a game of football. Anything can happen.
Yeah. And this season alone, Dynamos have already gone to Baba Fields. They were beaten by 2-1. So, plenty of homework for you there. Right. We've got 2 fixtures, 2 other fixtures happening. Yesterday we had 6. Today we've got 3. One here. Pambiles, Kuno, Kumbiles, Kwedu, Koma Boys. Then 2 games at Sakuva. Manika Diamonds take on the Gem Boys, take on Madamburo. That's Ngezi Platinum. We'll keep you updated on that one as well. And there is a cracker at Baba Fields where Ipozo Highlanders come up against their bogey side, Rentals, the students. So that one could go the Rentals way again. And Uche, the students always love playing against Highlanders because they mostly beat them.
You know what, legendary? That's why they say soccer is a crazy game. Highlanders, a giant in terms of Zimbabwean football. But in terms of a club that gives them sleepless nights is the students, and today they travel 440 kilometers away from the capital into the second largest city of Zimbabwe, that is Bulawayo, to be hosted in the cold room of Bulawayo there in 122. But this one, I'll tip Herendaus to sail through, legendary.
Again?
Yes, I'll tip Herendaus to sail through.
Jose, okay, let's talk about the other one quickly. The Highlanders supporters would have to ring. I didn't say it, he said it. Manika Diamonds fighting for life against Madamburo at Sakupa.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult afternoon for Manika Diamonds, because they are facing a team that has actually impressed many and surprised many. That is Ngezi Platinum. Remember, it's a team that has been playing away from the opportunity of signing players because they have a suspension that has been imposed on them by FIFA. So now I think they've done well. They've acquitted themselves very well. That is Ngezi Platinum. So, and on the other hand, Manika Diamonds are fighting for their lives. And I don't think Manika Diamond will survive this time around. Remember last season, they also survived just by a whisker to maintain their status in the Premiership. And now they are facing Ngezi Platinum, who are looking good themselves and possibly eyeing a top 4 finish this season. So Manika Diamond, I'm not sure if the Diamonds are going to be polished this afternoon.
We will see. But here at Rufaro, it's number 3, Dimbare, Chazungusa. Haina ngesi, haina ngosi, 7 million, the Glamour Boys, and Masita Gupfekerana taking on the Gamecocks, Chicken Inn. Right, as we see how Dynamos trooped into Rufaro Stadium, as always we give you that, their grand entry with their coach. We see Dimbare. Can they do it today? That is the big question. Uche, the Dynamos fans will be hoping that these guys here, as they disembark from their coach, will make them smile.
Well, legendary, if you look at this team, in terms of success, this is the most successful club in Zimbabwe in terms of the number of championships. They were in the finals of the Champions League in 1990. That is if you are looking in the rear view mirror. But if you look at the current scenario, last season was extremely bad for them. They had to fight they fought relegation, and this season it's amazing they are on third. But what has made them change is the players they have. Look at Leroy Mavunga there wearing jersey number 10 today. They also have 5 foreigners, Ghanaians in the form of Neti as well as
if I can butt in, we see that Idrisu, the Cameroonian, has been preferred in goal for Tatenda Makoni.
A very reliable goalkeeper in terms of those long range for efforts, and also in terms of promoting competition. To say Tatenda, this jersey is not for current. Whoever is the best performer. Legendary have been in Zimbabwean football for ages and for decades. And remember the old Dynamos policy. Leon Tawantawa is always lucky to be. If we are bridged twice, then the next goalkeeper comes in. I think they are trying to get into that recycling philosophy. It also builds teamwork and confidence.
Right, competition for jerseys. Hakuna muridzi wejersey. Kudara hanzi vaiti vakapinda mudressing room aitanga kupinda obvati akomana number 9 ndatora kudara. Right, kwakuri kudara kaikoko watora kudara coach ati ndiwe number 9. Right, chicken in the Gamecocks, the side that has troubled Dynamos for over 1.5 decades as they make their grand entry into Rufaro Stadium, Kuno Kumbiles. The Gamecocks now under a former Dynamo son. Or should I say Dynamo son? Yeah, he's still a Dynamo son. That's Stanza Tonderai Ndiraya. And Jose, the Dynamo's hearts must be going boom, boom, boom.
And they have every reason to panic or feel uncomfortable this afternoon. Well, remember, Chicken Inn, I think in another way, Chicken Inn have taken the position of Zimbabwe Saints, a Bulawayo team that also used to trouble Dynamos. Right. Now Chicken Inn have come in and took over that baton, and Chicken Inn have Dynamo's phone number on speed dial. They know their number in and out. Right. And we see them driving in there. I think they'll be buoyed again by a possibility of getting a good result when they trot into Rufaro Stadium. And I'm also impressed by their record. If you look at their Chicken Inn, their last 5 games, they've scored 6 goals.
Wow.
That's Chicken Inn. In their last 5 games, they've scored 6 goals, which means they always have a goal in their game. And if I look at the names that have been giving them goals, we're looking at Binwell, who I think today is not available. He is injured. That's Binwell. He is always giving them goals.
That's the foreigner, isn't it?
Yeah, the foreigner. Yeah. Then there's George Majika. Michael Charamba is also coming with coming with a number of goals there, as well as Tyrese Ikupembe. So, and I understand Chicken Inn have also boosted their squad by bringing in new signings just particular window period. Yes. And I'm sure
they've got a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Yes, they've got young blood coming in, and I can imagine that a young boy is being thrown into the fray against Dynamos. I think Tonderai Ndiraya would have seen confidence in those young boys to say, you guys, you can do it, and I'm giving you an opportunity to shine. We wait to see if they're going to respond to the confidence given to them by the coach and show up something. But I think Chicken Inn have every reason to feel good coming into this fixture.
Yes, Chicken Inn also have a young guy called Brandon Rendo. He is the grandson of Amos Rendo. That was the crack Wange side, then known as Wanky in the 60s and 70s and so on. He is, I don't know whether he will be as good as his grandpa was for Chipangano. But boy, have we got a great game on our hands. Dynamos, their last 5 matches, they've won twice and drawn 3 times. That's Dimbare. Yes, there, as you can see there. And their victories have been over FC Platinum in a league game, and they also beat Tel 1, routed them, I should say, 4-1 in the Chibuku Super Cup. And the 3 draws has been against Simba Bora, ZPC Kariba, and more recently against Maviravira, Scotland, here at Rufaro Stadium. So, Uche, it's good, you know, two wins, 3 draws. It's good for Aristika Choaba. That's the head coach of Dynamos, the Romanian. Anonzi Aristika Choaba. Uche.
And thanks so much, Legendary, for emphasizing, for stressing, and accentuating how that name is pronounced. It's Choaba, yes, and that's it, the Romanian. If you look at the rear view mirror, the recent, exploits by Dynamos, they haven't tested defeat. This is the team that is third in terms of the log standings, and this is the team that has a mathematical chance of getting to the podium. So in terms of being highly organized technically, the machine is now going. Chicken Inn need to be at their ultra best today, Legendary, because I can foresee Dynamos causing trouble.
Yes, and these foreigners, some of them, Choaba is very confident. Watch out for the guy who's called God knows Zakpasu. God knows Zakpasu, and he's a foreigner. And also Brendan Sidibe. Brendan Sidibe is from Ghana and doing very, very well indeed. Idrisu, of course, is from Cameroon. He was called up for trials with the Cameroonian senior national team some time ago. That's the goalkeeper. So Dynamos, and then Wisdom Mutasa. Wisdom Mutasa scored the equalizer against Scotland. So Jose Choaba, thinking that Mutasa's confidence is now up and is included them in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and I think in football still there's been a debate on is Mutasa that good? And I think many questions have been raised. But I think when he came in on Wednesday against Scotland, I think he showed, remember he was coming from Scotland as well, to join Dynamos. And when he came in for Dynamos, he actually troubled Scotland, and he scored. I mean, he actually assisted. There was a chip that he flighted into the box, and Dauda then flighted onto an own rushing Mutasa to score. That is wisdom, not Nathan. But Nathan Mutasa himself, I think, has been quite a revelation this season, and more so for the Dynamos fans. And I think many Dynamos fans have now received him warmly. They've begun to believe in him, and they also remember Dynamos also love the flamboyancy, the flair, and Mutasa actually gives the Dynamos fans that. He plays for the crowd. You may want to say maybe he's taken the crown from Denver Mkumbuke Mkamba, in terms of igniting the crowd, inviting the crowd to be involved in play, and Nathan Mutasa is actually given that to Dynamos fans. And I think Dynamos fans also have a reason to expect him to do similar, if not better, this afternoon against Chicken Inn. And also himself, Mutasa 66, wants to prove himself and say, guys, you need to give me more respect than you have been before, and do something for Dynamos this afternoon. So maybe Coach Tondra Ndiraya may want to watch the influence of Mutasa Nathan this afternoon.
Yes, we'll have to wait and find out as we see Chicken Inn there warming up. And just to let you know, Brendan Sidibe is from Burkina Faso. So Dynamos have got a couple of foreign players. I mean, many, almost all our teams do have. Chicken Inn, right? The pastor, that's the number 25 there. That's Michael Jaramba. Well, you know why he got that nickname, don't you? Of course, it's obvious. Because vangonzi wasene yake yakanzi Jaramba. Shukanzi aikas. Uyu the Burua pastor Charles Jaramba. Saka, that's where the nickname comes from. If you didn't know, 25, number 25 for Chicken Inn. He will be one of the key players there. And of course, Donovan Bernard, the goalkeeper, has been around for 250 years at the Chicken Inn. Literally, not literally. He's been around there for quite some time. Former Warriors goalkeeper, still vying for a recall into the Warriors. Junior Makunike as well is another dependable goal getter that Dynamos will have to watch. So, it's all made here. Uche, kuno, kuseri kwe msika.
Rightly so, Legendary, but the worrying point about the Gamecocks is that if you look at their defense, they've been breached 23 times, and the strike force has scored 20 times. So the defense is leaking at a faster rate vis-a-vis the rate at which they are scoring, and they have a deficit -3 in terms of the goal aggregate. So the match, and imagine if
Donovan
they
Bernard
conceded
there
half
with him.
the goals.
Donovan Bernard.
Yes, Donovan Bernard. That is
still very good. They're still very good.
It's still very good. But you know, in the remaining games, he just need to graduate from being watertight to being airtight. He was being breached 23 times and they've scored 20 times. It doesn't augur well. So the strike force, the defense is working overtime in conceding instead of guarding Donovan's goal area. Having said that, if that defense had been breached half the amount of goals they've conceded, I think Chicken Inn will be in the upper quartile in terms of the log standings. So Ndiraya will need to work hard in terms of his defensive mechanisms. Ordinarily, he employs a 4-4-2 formation with the pastor being the outright gunman in this spear. And sometimes they shift it to a 4-3-3. But today, they are facing a Dynamos which is now highly organized technically, a team which is now a master of using half spaces. So like I said earlier on, Chicken Inn need to be at their ultra best if they are to conjure a result today.
That's right. They need to be at their ultra best, but they will be believing. The last 5 games, they've won twice, they've lost twice, they've drawn once. Right. Yes, it's that time that you always love. That's when we transport you into the gaffers' minds to find out what they will be thinking ahead of the crucial encounter. First, we talk to Dynamos head coach Aristika Choaba, the Romanian, and then we talk to Stanza Tonderai of Chicken Inn. Here's what they had to say. Take a listen.
We know the history, but us need continue the consistent game to game, the consistent play better to better. And today, you know, is coming after this game Wednesday very hard with us to the Scotland, put more energy inside. It's important for us this 3 days what I have in the back to recover the player physically, mentally, and today go inside in the game from the first minute and trust again in the potential from our team group. About again, I will talk for everybody. Need to play together, the group from the team. We need to improve about is have the quality, have the technique, have the everything, but physically is not ready 100%. You know, here in the league is not stop, is continue. No have another break from possible preparation the player. But every week he have some day special from this player who is not ready physically, and very very soon, maybe after these 2 weeks, all the player ready from play the 90 minutes and help the team in the future.
We've been working on the fitness of some of them. They came and they were clearly not in shape. We have Edmo Chirambadare, but who is getting better with time. And then we have 2 foreigners who then got their licenses yesterday. So we've been running around all this time to have them registered. Finally, their licenses came out yesterday. So we've got them with us today, and we are looking forward to having them taking a part in this game. The pressure is on Dynamos, partly on us to maintain the dominance, but I think it's on Dynamos because they would really want to break the duck. But at the same time, as Chicken Inn, we also want to maintain that record. Of course, we are also coming here with some bit of confidence after drawing 1-0 with Islanders on Wednesday, in what I feel was a very tight game. Yeah, very tight game, but we were very competitive in that match. So we are expecting that competitiveness to also exist or transpire in this game.
Right, we had Stanza there saying the pressure is on Dynamos. You will know because remember he was also a Dynamos coach. Right, predictions, let's find out. Uche got it right yesterday, 2-1 he had it for Hard Rock. Uche, prediction.
3-2 to Dynamos.
3-2 Dimbare. Jose.
I think a 4-goal thriller which are going to be shared 50-50. It's 2-all draw.
2-all draw. Right, okay. We are now crossing over to the commentary box to a Liverpool supporter and a Real Madrid supporter. The Liverpool supporter is DJ Stanley Katande, and the Real Madrid supporter is Ginola William Tingwa. We'll be talking to you at halftime. Dynamo Dimbare taking on the Gamecocks.
Standing by. A very good afternoon to you all and welcome to Rufaro Stadium, where Dynamos are the host and they're playing Chicken Inn in a Premier League encounter. Dynamos, of course, haven't beaten Chicken Inn for quite some time. We can talk of 15 years or more. And today will certainly be the acid tester for Chioba, the Romanian coach who is facing Chicken Inn for the first time. And he believes that, look, when we play them today, it will be a different story. We've got different players. They are not actually affected by what happened in the past, as we see the two teams in the tunnel ready to make it onto the turf, led by Lloyd Mapanje, the referee, who is assisted by Jealous Joao, and Tafire Piri is the second assistant referee. Grace Gimo is the fourth match official, with veteran referee Wilfred Mkuna, the match commissioner. Dynamos in their usual blue strip, led by their captain, that is Shadrack Nyawa, and the Chicken Inn led by their goalkeeper, now a veteran, that is Donovan Fungai Bernard, and they are in gold and black, ready to get started here. It will be a very interesting encounter. We'll talk more about the possibility of who will pick the 3 points after the national anthem. Yes, that was the national anthem. Simuzai Mreza, where's Zimbabwe, as we see Chicken Inn going across, led by their captain, Bernard Donovan, in gold and black. Everybody is ready. You can hear in the Vietnam stands the Dynamos fans in all blue, some in white I should say, and they are in full voice. Chicken in from Bulawayo didn't bring so many sympathizers, but they do have a few away to our left. The city end here at Rufaro Stadium as the toss is being conducted. Shadrach Nyawa and Donovan Bennett, the respective skippers, as proceedings are conducted by the center referee Lloyd Mapanje. It's all done now. We'll be getting underway pretty soon as we see the lineup for the match officials. It's a very strong lineup. Top-notch referees who are no strangers to high-profile matches. And by the way, in the commentary box with me is William Tingwa. Willie, your take on today's encounter?
It promises to be a very, very good encounter. As you see the Dynamos lineup there, a change in goals there. Tatenda Makon being dropped to the bench, maybe because the coach maybe felt that the goal they considered against Scotland at the near post they should have done better. But also Shadrach Nyawa, I think his defending was not up to scratch. Mandive Landu partnering and Dynamos in the traditional match, pre-match ritual there, lining on the goal line and praying there, Stanley, as you can see, watch them, Dynamos.
Yes, of course, Donovan Bennett, between the sticks as always, and they've got a few new, good players. You can talk of number 27, it's Hapmo. It's a very long foreign name. The guy is from Cameroon, and of course, Tyrese Hukuyambe from Namibia, and these are the two new players, and of course, some youngsters in the side, Gary Chibika, as well as Cloud Tatenda Macharaga. These are some of the youngsters going through, and this man in the picture, Chioba, the Dynamo's mentor, he has certainly hit the ground running. It's very difficult to please the Dynamo's fans who are reared and bred on success, that they've accepted him because of the results that he's getting. In the last 5 matches, Willie, he hasn't lost. He has only drawn and won 2 of his matches, which is good going given the level of opposition that he faced.
Yes, and all season Dynamos has lost only 2 games, but they've got drawn a number of games, about 13 games, 13 draws, which is a big letdown. 11 wins to their credit, and they're on 3rd on the log table. And depending on what is happening at Babafield Stadium, where Herendos are taking on Highlanders, they might maintain 3rd place even without a win here, but they definitely need some maximum points there because they're still in the running for the league championship, and Hard Rock and Scotland above them. But if they lose today, they will be about 10 points behind Scotland, which will be very, very difficult for them with about 6 games to go. So definitely Choba needs some maximum points, though Tundrandia might be more desperate for the points.
As we get underway here, Dynamos in blue, playing from left to right, defending the city end and attacking the Mbare end. Landu picking up possession, playing alongside Mandive as the ball is played back to the Cameroonian goalkeeper who has taken over from Tatenda Makoni on the bench today. Like Willie was saying, it could be as a result of the goal that he conceded against Scotland. As that ball runs into touch, Gwatizo was already on the overlap. I think he's one of their most improved players this season, Abel Gwatizo. Chicken in, hoofed the ball away for another throw in, and is the Dynamo's captain to take the throw. And he guides it all the way back to his Cameroonian goalkeeper, Idrisu Finam 4. Heavy touch on from Mutasa. That's wisdom, Mutasa. Dynamos has got 2 Mutasas. Some female Dynamos fans who are always with the team whenever it goes. Neti combining with his Ghanaian counterpart. He's hauled down there, falls to the ground, and the referee immediately blowing. Landu, who was the man of the match against Scotland, He did a fantastic job keeping Kama Billiard quiet. As Leroy Mavunga guides it backwards. Gwatidzo to Jakpasu. Andivey gets the return pass. Tries to play the ball and he has given away possession. Chicken in now. Coming through. And the ref blows. Quite rightly, I think. Because of a push on the player from Chicken in. Now let's wait and see how they will execute it, and these fans quite happy to concentrate on their singing instead of watching. Let's take a second look at the incident. Junior Makunike was there complaining as the ball is played through, easily cleared away. Dynamo concede another corner, another throw-in rather. That will be taken long, it looks like that, as it throws in. Headed away by Nyawa. Mutasa, Wisdom. This one comes down and is taken away by Dynamo's dangerous player, Agyemang, onto Chris Neti. Neti lays it for Nyawa, who is trying to shoot from afar. Not the best of options. He was trying to shoot from the best part of 45 meters. To me, that looks like wasted opportunity there.
Yeah, I think it was a bit over-ambitious there. From that range to beat Donovan Bennett, it would be a big ask. Yes, he might have been trying there, but I thought maybe he was all alone with the acres of space. He should have tried to hold the ball and maybe find other options. It could have been better than trying to shoot from that range.
Yeah, he should have continued with the passes. Allow the overlapping player to cross the ball. Nyawa struggled against Scotland. This time he finds Agyemang all the way to Gwatidzo, skipping past his man. Mutasa gets the return pass, a bit too hard for Gwatidzo. Going to the Gamecocks as Chioba takes a long look at proceedings. That Chicken in, get another throw. Free kick. Dynamos are taking turns to delay the execution of this one. This is how it all happened. And clearly a foul. Good call by Mapanje. If they take it properly, this one could prove dangerous. Here it comes. Looks a bit overcooked. Comes back, and far side assistant referee has got his flag up because the ball has gone out of play. The idea was right of trying to find someone at the back post, but in the end it sailed over the byline. So Idrisu Mfo can take it. Mandivey looks for Leroy Mavunga. This is Jakpasu. Good dummy away. Mavunga skipping away from his marker, trying to play for the overlapping Gwatidzo. The idea was there, but I don't think Gwatidzo was on the same page as Leroy Mavunga. So this one rolls into touch. Long throw taken. The Zakpasu fighting for possession. Big tussle there. In the end, it's out of play. It's a throw to Dynamos. Just 6 minutes played. To those joining us, you haven't lost much. It's still 0-0. Play still a bit broken up. No team has established a proper rhythm as yet. The Mafunga goes down. For me, that was soft. He's lucky to get it, and I'm sure these fans will agree with us that he was lucky to get that free kick in a fairly promising position. As we take a second look at it, Leroy Mafunga. Now the free kick can be taken. Dynamos have got Isaac Landu, who is a danger. He has scored a few goals from set pieces because of his height. He does enjoy the advantage. There is Idrisu as well, Sidibe, the man from Burkina Faso. Ntasa is trying to beat the goalkeeper, got underneath it, and over into the crowd. No problems there for Donovan Bernard, who clips a long ball forward. And this one headed away. It was a very good run by the two Chicken Inn players, and the Dynamos defense stood firm. Bit surprising, everyone is going back. It looks like it will be a retake of the goal kick, is it?
Yeah, I think according to the near side assistant referee there, Jealous Joao, I think Donovan took the ball as it was still in motion.
Yeah, it's the goalkeeper from Dynamos, Idrisim 4. Rolls it short to Neti. He's trying to find his way into the field. Mandive. Nyawa. Gumi Mandive gives away the ball. Mutasa takes it up. Now it comes to Dakpasu from Mutasa, scorer of the goal against Scotland, but that was well intercepted. He wins this one. Wisdom Mutasa. Dakpasu has taken the ball away now. Dynamos drifting into the area, but Leroy Mafunga didn't have the pace, and good defensive work there from Chicken Inn. Pomelo Lopebe shutting out his opponent number. As you quickly see there, the Zimbabwe national team coach. That is a member of the Chicken Inn coaching staff, Mishkakureva Philemon. Played for Dynamos, and today he's on the opposite side alongside his former teammate Tondela Ndraya. Played in midfield and was such a good midfielder during those days. Chicken Inn knocking the ball around with a bit of purpose. Keeping it tightly amongst the players, slowing down play for a while. I'm sure Tondela Ndraya gave them the instruction to keep it on the ground. And I think that near side assistant ref says there was some handling there. And of course the Romanian coach Chioba is livid. Let's see what happened there. I don't see anything wrong. Do you see anything wrong there?
Yeah, according to the referee, said there's a handball, but I can't spot the handball from Agmayang there.
That, of course, was a poor call. Leroy is sliding the ball again out of play from what looked like a good position. Nyawa, Dakpasu taking too long on the ball, and Chicken Inn being invited to put in the tackles. Nobody home for Dynamos, and this one rolls out of play. Goal kick, which is the correct decision, but somehow the Dynamos fans are not happy.
They are agreeing and disagreeing with the match official. They think that it was a corner, but I think the match officials got it quite right. It was a goal kick because the ball was shepherded out for a goal kick by the defender. So putting on just number 3, that is it, Time Mabunu.
Yeah, Kengni Mapono. Another ball played to the far side. It's Chicken in control possession. This one clipped through, easily taken away by Nyawa. Zakpasu tightly monitored. Leon says the referee, despite the tackle, Nyawa trying to stop it, reads it well. Ball played through, the Chicken in player still down, injured. And the ref has gone to stop the match for a while so that Tulani Joseph can be attended to. He tried to play advantage, but then Joseph, I think, was in pain, and this is how it all happened. Yeah, the Dynamos midfielder missed the ball completely and brought down the Gamecocks midfielder. There you are. Never got the ball.
I'm sure he's lucky not to get away with a yellow card there, because when the referee had wait play on, he realized the advantage for Chicken in, but after stopping play, I'm sure he should have gone back to book Takupasu for that reckless challenge on Tulani Joseph.
Dynamos under pressure. This looks like a chance for the Gamecocks. Good looking cross. Taken away. There's a Dynamos player down injured. Looks like Leroy Mavunga. Let's wait and see who it is. And the Vietnam end. Looks like he's bleeding. And finally Mapanje stops play so that the concerned player can be attended to. There is the Vietnam stand, predominantly blue, eventually taking control of proceedings on the field of play. So they know how to push their players. And, there is Leroy Mavunga. I think he got a knock in the back of his head. For a moment he looked dazed, and he's finally off the field of play as the ref gets us underway again. Here is Landu, the man from the DR Congo. Sidibe is beaten to the ball. Throw into the Gamecocks. Taken quickly, good control. And in the end, again it's a Gamecocks throw. When Neti thought that it was his, but not to be. Maniake Noah Hapmo was the player concerned, and massive clearance as it goes straight to Bennett. Oh, it's been taken away now. Dynamos have got possession with Dakpasu, laying it through. Tasa blazes over the bar. Chicken in sometimes are playing with fire, losing possession in dangerous positions. But Mutasa has failed to punish them. This is the movement.
Yeah, you have a second look at the technique of shooting there. He was leaning backwards. He didn't have a second look at it.
Yeah.
You see it. He got it all wrong with the technique. The idea was good to try it from there because the ball was inviting from Zakpasu.
Exactly. Chicken in now. Nothing the ball around, and Tasa. Two players are down. That's Tasa and Zakpasu. God knows Zakpasu is up, and of course these fans in colorful Zimbabwe strip enjoying themselves here at Torfaro Stadium. That is the incident. Yeah, Chicken Inn guarding their goal jealously. But they must be careful with some of these tackles that they don't happen too close to their box. This one is a good 45, 50 meters from the goal line. Donovan Bernard must watch this one. The header away by Mabuno. This one comes down once again. Commotion in the area and easily taken by the goalkeeper. Dynamos failing to punish Chicken Inn for poor defending on that occasion. Netty shepherds this one out. Joba livid with some of his players for failing to satisfy the basics. Agemang picks up possession. Oh, he's taken it away. Agemang is full of running, lays it through, but too close to the goalkeeper. He was offside in any case. But Agemang has got so much pace that these coaches would wish that he was a Zimbabwean. That's Chioba, that's Ramon Catala, the Spanish coach. It will take us time to know these names so well. And that clearance comes all the way to the near side, and Netty prefers to take a throw instead of clearance with his boot. 18 minutes played, 0-0 the scoreline. The goalkeepers haven't really been tested. Netty has this one out of play. And this one will be a free kick. Junior Makunike had won it, but then the ref has blown. Netty with that loud yelp of pain. Could this be Stella Goto?
Yes, that's Stella Goto, the Mighty Warriors coach.
Yeah, from
Croatia.
Zifa has decided to go international, as we see there. Netty going down under challenge from Junior Makunike. He's playing for Simba Bora early on this season. Sidibe hardly has had a touch. Tightly monitored, and the moment not very popular with the Dynamos fans. There he is picking up the ball now. Oh, this one is overcooked. I think the other thing that Leroy should do is possibly stay on the line, so that when such a pass is made, he has to run towards it rather than chase the ball.
Yeah, I think he had drifted a bit in too much, and that allowed when Sidibe was trying to find out, was at times just a matter of knowing that somebody is there.
Exactly. Here's Netty. Agemang. Nyawa gives it away. Chikanina coming through. Hapmo. Tightly monitored by his marker there, Isaac Landu. He's continuing from where he left off on Wednesday. Dominating in defense for Dynamos. Bono heads it away. Now a chance for Mutasa. Mutasa goes down. That could be a yellow card.
To the 16-year-old.
Yeah, Cloud Tatenda Macharaga. Yeah, he had lost it. Although Mapunu was closing in, you never know, maybe Mutasa was going to skip past him as well. This is a dangerous position for Chicken Inn.
Yeah, very dangerous, but I think the young man Macharaga there, he had no intention to play the ball whatsoever. What he wanted is to bring down the man before he ventured into the box. Maybe he hadn't spotted the presence of Itema Bunu, or maybe he feared danger from Wisdom Tasa. I remember he scored against Scotland on Wednesday.
Yeah, indeed, everybody now knows all about him. A free kick in a good-looking position for Dynamos. Dangerous for Chicken Inn. And Mtasa
Abel Guatizo.
alongside Abel Guatizo. These fans must be discussing the same thing. That Mtasa should take it. If he can lean forward with the power that he has struck some of his shots, yeah, this could be tricky. But Guatizo looks like the one to take it. Donovan Bernard must watch this one very carefully. 22 minutes gone. That's a quarter of the match. Now gone. Tasa. The shot is horribly off target as it goes out. Yeah, Netty to take it. Is a long throw. That one into touch for a corner kick. Yeah, Dynamo as well. Getting their first corner kick, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first corner kick.
That's the first one since the game started, 23 minutes played. Yeah, clear sign that they are not visiting the opponent's box on a regular basis. Leroy Mavunga to take it. The referee out of the picture there talking to Nyawa. And there's something that referees should talk about. It's players who don't look at the ball but concentrate on stopping the man. In my view, that should be disallowed. I mean, throughout the world, that's what they do these days. Just there to, stand and block a player's run. I'm sure the authorities will be watching very closely such situations as the goal kick is taken to the far side to Rendo. Well, to those of my generation will know that there used to be a player from Wange. As Rendo goes down, a player from Wange known as Amos Rendo was the toughest stick defender for Chipangano. Well, I think he managed to fool the referee there. The approach from Mutasa was also a bit careless, so was it Mutasa or Zakpasu? And the goalkeeper can take this one. Idrisu Mfo from Cameroon. Goal kick taken short there. Mandive and others. Stondera Indiraya, the man in a black cap, watches it very carefully. Massive clearance. Isaac Landu looking for Agyemang, but good play there from Chicken Inn to have blocked this one. Here they come once again, but the assistant referee on this side says the ball has gone out of play. So that should be a throw in quickly taken. Hapmore. Play on, says the referee. Agyemang has come up. And this one out of play. And the Chicken Inn player has stayed down. As we see it again. Agyemang is very good at this. Chasing back and, robbing the players of possession. He has done this several times. That was Tyrese Ukupembe, the Namibian. Gets the return ball.
The Namibian scored the equalizer for Chicken Inn against the Highlanders at Babafield Stadium from the penalty spot to end them a 1-1 draw.
He looks a very good player. His touches are very good and very assured. Leroy Mavunga playing it to Sidibe. Good block. Sidibe still fighting for possession but tightly monitored. And this one runs into touch. Mandive will collect this one. Makes it easy by playing it to Isaac Landu. The two Dimbare defenders exchanging passes. Nyawa slotting into cover for the overlapping Guatizo. Guatizo has gone through. Fashions a cross into the area. Nobody home for Dynamos. The Agemang will take it now. Beats his marker. The cross comes in and he was going down. A good marking there from the Namibian Hukupembe. Otherwise it was danger for the Gamecocks. Because the Gamecocks have got an improved performance now. It's not like when they started, whereby they were losing matches, like they were going out of fashion last season. Survived almost on the last day of action. Free kick to Dynamos.
Interestingly, that last game of the season, last day, it was against the Highlanders at Babafield Stadium, where both teams needed a point to survive, and they did in a stalemate.
Yeah. Last season was something else. Dynamos, Caps United, Dynamos were all involved in relegation fights, which is very, very much against these football structures in the country. These are the four big teams in the country.
And all four have won the championship at one stage,
yes.
Played in the CAF Champions League.
They're very close to being knocked out. Agemang has got the pace, stops the ball, brings in a good looking cross, nobody home. Guatizo does well. Leroy Mavunga takes it to the byline, brings in a cross. Again, nobody home. And Chicken Inn are forced to desperately play the ball. Landu caught in possession, but he does well to find Neti. Yeah, Landu actually impressing. Dakpasu, but then good play there coming from Chicken Inn, robbing the ball and playing it forward. Now they restart from the back. Junior Makunike clips it through. Oh, this is a good run from the far side. The ball inside the area. Oh, very unlucky, but what a move by Chicken Inn. That was a killer cross into the box and very nearly tested, if not beaten. Look at that. First time cross into the area, and this one goes wide.
The vision by Junior Makunike there.
Ah, that was brilliant. Chicken Inn are now operating in moments. Makunike trying from afar. Yeah, so far the standout player for Chicken Inn, Junior Makunike.
Surprisingly didn't fit well into the Hard Rock system where he began the season with after moving from Simba Bora, and maybe because Hard Rock acquired quite a number of good players and him carrying a bit of weight. I think Kelvin Kaindi was not interested in him then to follow his loyal father Tundra Indiraya.
Yeah, sometimes it's always difficult for some players to perform under certain coaches. And now they go forward on the far side. Chicken Inn. This one easily taken away. Dakpasu playing a subdued game today. It's not the same player who was impressing against Tel 1. Neti. Ndamapunu will clear this one. Throw in. These fans waiting for the opening goal with 31 minutes gone. But they still have a lot to chuckle about. Sidibe lifted it to the far side, and again Leroy Mavunga having to chase it. Nyawa. Mavunga. Good defensive work from Chicken Inn. This one will be a Gamecocks throw. Still 0-0, 32 minutes. 13 to go to the Oranges plus stoppage time. I remember watching Chicken Inn and covering them sometime in May. They looked a bit disjointed, but today, of course, they've got a number of very good players. Hukupembe is one of them. Donovan Bennett is looking very assured between the sticks. Sidibe tightly monitored, and now Tyrese Hukupembe once more. Oh, but the young man has given up too easily there. Should have continued with the run. That's Cloud Tatenda Macharaga. There he is once more. Hukupembe. Makunike back to Hukupembe. Mandivei. And ball is played back to Ebel Gwatizo. Sidibe sometimes makes life difficult for himself by failing to keep the ball under control, and this one rolls into touch. For a throw in, Zakbasu. I thought that was a fair tackle, but the ref not happy, and that will be a free kick. In again a good looking position for Dynamos, not so good for Chicken Inn, because a right foot curler can create problems. Here's another look at it. Yeah, but that was a foul from Gary Jr. Brendan Chibika, 17-year-old, born in 2008. One of the two youngsters in the side for the Gamecocks. Donovan Bernard, now a veteran, born in 1995. Was in and out of the national team, as you briefly see. A youngster coming through, starting early. Chicken Inn coming through now. This is looking dangerous. A chance here as everyone has gone through to the wrong side. Well, the angle is now against him. Let's see if he can come up with something here, but Ebro Gwatizo stays with him. And this one overcooked, played over the head of Makunike, who tries from afar. That was a good effort, and it goes just wide. Just wide of goal, but Makunike can peck a shot, Willie.
Yeah, Makunike, I think, was a good whipping right foot there. But for Chicken Inn with this rare chance with the counter attack, I think they should have fully equalized it. It was 2 versus 2, and it was a bit too slow there to find the other player on the far side, and they should have at least tested the goalkeeper from there. But anyway, good try from Makunike.
Yeah, very good try from Makunike. Mandivei will pick it up for Dynamos in a goalless draw here at Rufaro Stadium. To those joining us for the first time, welcome. Where have you been? You haven't lost much. Agyeman, good control. Chicken Inn are doing a good job. Hukupembe falls under challenge. He's a very strong player. Neti clips it through, but Sidibe gives up. Zakbasu away from his marker. Utasa. Here's Nyawa. Again, Sidibe found in the wrong place yet again. Neti gets past his marker and he goes down. Macharaga will have to be very careful. That tackle looked late, and the referee calling it back as you take a second look at it. Macharaga still learning the ropes, and sometimes I think he's not familiar with tackles. At 17 you can expect that. Yes, God knows Dakpasu Ntasa. That rescued there by Agyemang, who is now being followed wherever he goes by the chicken in midfielder Tulani Joseph. Mavonga, Dakpasu queuing up a shot. Oh, that looked like it was going in, but what a strike from Dakpasu, Willie.
That was a very good effort from Dakpasu. I think their second effort towards goal, and there's a second look at it. Bernard was beaten. He went airborne in trying to, but I think he was beaten if it was on target.
Good clearance by Bernard. That one goes straight to Guatizo. Plays it long. Punu guides it backwards. Macharaga, a bit light. The referee says play on. Yeah, that's a good one from Joseph. They're looking quite strong from that far side, and a corner kick to the Gamecocks, who are now beginning to pile on the pressure. Especially Chibika is another one who is coming to prominence in the middle of the park.
Isn't this the first one for the Gamecocks, the corner kick? In the 40th
the
minute?
first one in the 40th minute. 5 minutes to the Oranges, which just goes to show that the two teams are not really, venturing into each other's penalty box. That Dynamos being forced to pile into the defense. Everyone is in the box now. Chicken Inn have got 3 players outside, which also means that Dynamos should have 3 players free in the box. And there's no chance of Dynamos coming up with a counter-attack, because it's only Leroy Mavunga. There's no way that he can beat 3 players. A chance for Chicken Inn. Oh, hopeless effort. Oh, my goodness. That Tulani Joseph, he couldn't make it count. And the Gamecocks fans are asking questions. Why not keep it low? Guatizo has done well to play the ball into the box, but Mabunu will clear. Nyawa again, nearly giving away position. He's trying to come up with stylish passes. The things are not working out so well with him. Mukupembe. The Macharaga is struggling. Landu now can find Mandivei. Mafunga turning away from his marker. Nobody on the run. Looking for company. Doesn't find it. Here is Neti. Dakpasu combining with Nyawa. That was a wasted effort by the captain.
I think the communication there was a bit poor from Nyawa, because he feinted like he was shooting, and Mavunga was expecting a shot at goal. Then he decided to pass. Mavunga was not anticipating the pass anymore.
And Mafunga brought down free kick to Timbare, 41. We are into the 42nd minute. Still goalless. I think the two coaches will have a lot to say to their charges. Firmon Skakureva and Chandra Indraya. So is
no shot on target. It's actually nice on Mchekela.
Nice on Mchekela, yeah.
No shot on target from both teams.
The cross comes in. Again nobody in the box. Tasa, a chance for Dakpasu, too slow. The ball has crossed the line, it's out of play. But that was a golden opportunity if he had kept the ball in. And for once, Tondera is up. Tondera Indraya out of the picture at the moment, but those marshals are indicating something.
There are two balls on the pitch when Bernard was preparing to dispatch the goal kick.
As we see there, the two defenders.
Yeah, it looks like somebody needs medical attention behind the advertising boards where the marshals are.
Yeah, I could
there
see
it
that
is in our picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it's somebody who is injured. That's a lovely turn. Huki Pembe. Chance now once more, Hapmo. Got by Landu.
Is it Jakupasu, the player?
Could be Jakpasu.
Yeah, because I can't spot him on the field of play.
On the field of play, yeah, because he's the one who carried on. Oh, this is the chance for Sidibe. Turns back and shot by Agemang, but Agemang is now limping heavily. This could be disastrous for Dimbare. Jakpasu has injured his hand when he went down.
Yeah.
And Agemang.
The goalkeeper is signaling to the referee that the players down, they need attention. But I'm sure the referee wanted the ball to be played out of play so that he could stop play. But eventually he's forced to stop play. There is the effort from Agimayang, a deflection, and Bernard Donovan there.
He did well to keep this
yes.
one. So all hands are on Agemang. And Chioba is livid as we drift into the 45th minute, and I'm told it's only 1 minute of stoppage time. We have to wait for Agemang to get up, and these fans were expecting a goal. It didn't come along. And Macharaga getting some more instructions on how to do it. Yeah, still a youngster.
The referee, Lloyd Mapanja, they indicating that the Agimayang should go outside the field of play to be treated, and they confirmed there only 1 minute of additional time.
In fact, they've changed it. It's now 2. Just changed it and given it as 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe because of this stoppage when Agimayang. Yes.
It's been taken into account.
I think good officiating.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, that's confirmation on the top. The screen just below our clock there. Now 2 minutes.
Now the drop ball, the uncontested one, to be given to the goalkeeper Donovan Bernard. Bernard now just dribbles out of his area before playing it downfield. This one headed away. Makunike looking for space, didn't get it. Full-blooded effort over the bar, and goal kick will be taken. Yeah, good try. But Michael Charamba 4 with a clearance. Sidibe, Dumtasa, Neti, Looks like Agemang is now going to be substituted because of that injury. It actually blunts Dynamos because he's been their best player, Frank Agemang. And it looks like Nathan Mutasa.
Star of the week, should we say?
Star of the week, Nathan Mutasa. I had a word with him just before the game here. He said, look, I'll try and do the same thing. Dakpasu lifting the ball rather unnecessarily. Neti. Nyawa. Mutasa. There will be two Mutasas very soon. Wisdom Mutasa and Nathan Mutasa. Well, he will come on in the second 45 minutes. But I must say that, look, the first 45 minutes for me was a big yawn for both sides. They didn't create many chances. Just one corner kick on either side, a clear sign that, look, there wasn't enough attacking intent from both sides.
And only one shot on target coming from the injured Agmayang. That needed a bit of deflection from one of the Chicken Inn defenders, and Donald Van Bernard there doing quite well to adjust quickly and stop the danger. So, but Chicken Inn had many attempts at goal, but all of them off target. Junior Makunige with the 2. And there is confirmation of the halftime score, and here Dynamos 0, Chicken Inn 0, as we prepare to go down pitch side where CNN Charles Mabiga, Ashford Mundawa and Joseph Kani. Are they ready, Stanley?
Well, they're not ready yet, but of course, let's talk about the performance of the referee. I must say, for once, we will have to speak glowingly about the match official, because in some days you find that we have a lot to say about the match official, but today Mapanje, remained behind the scenes. He didn't hog the limelight for the wrong reasons, and to a certain extent, I think the players have made it reasonable for them. And looking down the pitch side, I think CNN and his team are ready for us. It's over to you, Charles.
Half-time here at Rufaro Stadium, Kumbiles. Yes, it's Dynamos 0, Chicken Inn 0. A 50-50 game, I think you will agree with me here as we will go through the highlights of the first half. Yes, Chicken Inn having their chances, Dynamos having their chances as well, and we will see as we go through. We've also got 2 games. We'll keep you updated of the halftime scores. Manica Diamonds versus Ngezi Platinum, Highlanders versus Rentals. We will keep you updated there. Uche, Achiford Mundawa and Joseph Nkani are still here with me at Rufaro Stadium. Uche, your view of the first 45.
And if you balance the affair, legendary. But if you look at how the two teams they've been employing, both teams are employing a 4-5-1 formation. So what it means is one lone strike up front. There's a lot of work happening in the middle of the park with little goal mouth action. So that kind of formation, you need to have wingers who quickly transition into strike force so that it becomes a 4-3-3. If you look at Dynamos, Leroy Mavunga as well as Kwatizo on the left channel, then you have Neti as well as the injured Agmeyang on the right channel. But in terms of transitioning that into a 3, it becomes difficult, and Sidibe will remain a long gunman. The same is applying to Chicken Inn, where you have one Brandon on the left channel, another Brandon on the right channel, but transitioning forward in order to buttress the attacking act is not happening. So there's a lot of work which is happening in the middle of the park with the little goal mouth action. Even if you look at the heat map of the first half, a lot of action is just happening in the middle of the park. Final third, nothing in the Dynamos side as well as for Chicken Inn, except 2 or so raids by both teams. So the formation not working very well in terms of transition. If you look again at the 4-5-1, it's an ultra defense, is solid formation. So it has been happening both sides defensively. So wait and see how they will then deploy in the second half.
Yes, the biggest disappointment so far for all you Dynamos fans will be the substitution of Frank Agyamang. Yes, the top goal scorer at Dinamo Dimbare. He was injured and we saw him limping off. Coach Aristika Choaba wanted to do the change, but it didn't come. So Nathan Mutasa he was warming up. So we'll see the introduction of the player. They are now giving his mother's name there, Pokelo. They are now calling him Pokelo, the Dynamos fans. So we will see him going through. And Jose, it's quite a big disappointment. Agiameng, he was doing quite well for Timbare.
Yeah, I'm sure Dynamos fans will not be happy to see one of their most promising talents up front, that's Frank Agiameng, walking away due to an injury, which I think for me is an indication of how the game has panned out in the first half. For me, the game has been too physical. You know, we've seen a number of crunch tackles. There's this physical element to this particular game, which I think could be one of the reasons why we are still remaining goalless, other than the fact that the two teams are playing a congested midfield formation and leaving one non-gunman up front for both teams. And I think that also plays out into a tactical approach for the two teams. That's Aristika Chioba for Dynamos and Tondra Ndiraya for Chicken Inn. We've seen, I think another reason now, we've seen more shots being taken from range.
Yes.
Because of that element, that the congested play is congested largely in the central part of the field. And of the shots that have been taken, I think Chicken Inn have taken more shots at goal compared to Dynamos. Dynamos have had their own sniff at goal, but I think they are limited shots or attempts at goal because of that element. It's been a tactical approach first half. Perhaps we'll see the two coaches coming up, maybe letting loose of their players, like letting the dogs loose, so that maybe get a goal or two. But if it remains like this, Chicken Inn will maintain their hold on Dynamos, which will be a disappointment to Dynamos fans. They're playing at home, they want all 3 points. But as things stand right now, I think congested midfield has seen more attempts being taken from range. And Chicken Inn, I think, have been more promising in the first half in as far as taking shots, attempts at goals compared to Dynamos.
Otherwise, it has been a 50-50 situation. But of course, the Gamecocks having the lion's share of the shots from range. We saw on the other side, Dynamos is that brilliant midfielder. God knows Zach Pasu. Trying a cracker, but he couldn't beat Donovan Bernard. I can tell you that at Sakuva Stadium, the Gem Boys is not looking good. Remember, they are in the bottom 4, and right now at halftime, they are trailing Madamburo, Gezi Platinum by 1-0. In the city of kings and queens, at Emagumeni at Barberfields, it's goalless. It's Highlanders nil, Herentals nil. I don't know what will happen in the second half. But here is number 3, that's Dynamos on the log standings, taking on number 11, Chicken Inn. Remember, Dynamos trailing in terms of the meetings that they have met. 9 wins for Chicken Inn, 5 wins for Dynamos, 4 draws between the two sides. But what can we expect in the second half? Let me find out from the men from Werder Bremen, especially, I'll start with the Dynamo side, especially with the introduction of the introduction of Pokelo in the second half. What do you think that signals?
Well, legendary, if you look at that injury-inspired substitution, for me it's not good for Dynamos. If you look at Agiameng, he is a player, he's a grafter. He comes back, he tracks, he marks. But if you look at Mutasa, he is more of your flashy, show-botting player. So in a game of this nature and the magnitude, I will see if he's going to change his approach, because tactical approach, it has to change. You need to track, because if you don't track numerical advantage to Chicken Inn, then they will punish you. So I think the coach, he will give him strict instructions, say if you lose possession, you need to go back, track and mark. Then in terms of the 4-5-1, yes, it's working, but there's a yawning gap between Sidibe, the outright gunman, as well as Leroy Mavunga, who's coming from the left, and Agiameng, who was substituted. And what is also important to note is that if you look at the Gamecocks, they are employing a low block. Even if they are employing a low block, they are physical when it comes to man marking. If the Dynamos player gets the ball, make sure you will lose it. That way, they have been deploying very well. Tactically, their defense for me is superior. So I will wait and see how Dynamos moving forward, how they will then deploy their strike force. But so far, so good in terms of the Gamecocks defense, which they need to breach.
Yeah, well, I can also tell you that we are sitting in the company of the Warriors technical team. The recently unveiled the head coach is here. That's Katala Peiri. His assistant Sanchez is there, and the head coach of the senior women's national team, also there. They're just watching the game. They were there yesterday as well, and minus we didn't see the Mighty Warriors head coach, but she is here today. So, as Jose, we take a look at the stats.
Yeah, if you look at the stats, like we said, Chicken Inn actually having more attempts at goal over the home team, and also even their possession. And I think it speaks into a team that really wants to get a goal. Chicken Inn. Maybe Dynamos too cautious coming into this game, because if you look at the dominance, it's speaking in favor of Chicken Inn. And it may also speak to us in the context that Chicken Inn have also conceded only 3 goals in their last 5 matches. So which speaks of a team, I think, that is well drilled, and I think I'll give kudos to Coach Tondrai Stanzandiraya for having changed the face of Chicken Inn, especially the second half of the season, the way they've done on with their business. And I think maybe probability will probably give us maybe an early goal for Chicken Inn, but it will also depend on what Aristika Chiyoba will do for Dynamos in trying to get control of the second half. Like we always say, that the first 15 minutes of the second half are very critical. So I want to see what either coach will come in the second half and do in the first 15 minutes. And I think the team that is going to score first in the first 15 minutes of the second half will probably get a hold on this game, and then maybe try to manage the game, and maybe if they can get a second goal, or maybe an equalizer will come from the opposite team. But either way, we need a goal out of this game. That will then unsettle, or maybe even open up play, because the play has been tight, it's been congested, and that's why we saw more attempted goal from range. Maybe first 15 minutes of the second half is going to be critical for either side.
We will see. We haven't seen much from the pastor. That's Michael Charamba, the pastor, the number 25 for Chicken Inn. Usually when he goes on song, the rest of the Chicken Inn ensemble click into unison. And Pastor Charamba, the goalies. Yes, but team member musicians, Pastor Charamba, the goalies. Macheso. Anobeza number 9 anotora mapena ndo anodachete macheso mapena jabreza ameno pa mid atingokia so man lende bele ndi anoshaya na manje down the left wing anonzengesa mwana mdala. Just digressing. Yes, our musicians are quite good as well on the pitch, just giving you a glimpse there. Macheso ndio mapena mwana mdala babashero. Right, we are talking here of Dynamos and Chicken Inn here at Rufaro Stadium. Is still 0-0. Evenly balanced game. Shots being tried from out of range. Now, Jose, you were talking about. No, I did ask Uche about what we might expect from Dimbare. Let me ask you what we might expect from the Gamecocks in the second half.
Well, from the Gamecocks, I think Tondrai Stanzandiraya will be happy with what has happened in the first half. But I think Tondrai Stanzandiraya may now want to push more men up front, because if you look at the formation, they've been leaving only a lone gunman up front, and I think he want to push in more men up front, and then maybe try to give him support. Because I think there is a goal in Chicken Inn this afternoon. I think he wants to now reinforce that and push more men up front, create problems for Dynamos, get a goal, and probably that will mean something in the final analysis.
Right, let's see what will happen in the second half. 0-0, a tight game as we cross back to DJ Stanley Katande and Ginola William Mtingwa. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
To the second 45 minutes of this encounter. That is Dynamos hosting Chicken Inn. The Chicken Inn, of course, came up with 1 or 2 shots, but they were off target. Outstanding player during the first 45 minutes for me was Junior Makunike. Hukupembe, was a bit of a problem to the Dynamos defense, and Mabunu stood firm to keep the scoreline at 0-0 for Chicken Inn. And Dynamos, as always, depend on Isaac Landu, who was strong in defense, and their best player going forward, Agemang, picked up an injury on the stroke of half-time and will now be replaced by Nathan Utasa, who came on as a substitute last time out against Tel 1, scored, and came into the match against Scotland and provided a killer pass That was later converted by his namesake. That's Wisdom Mtasa. Of course, via Sidibe, who deflected it into the path of the on-rushing Dynamos midfielder. Of course, as we say, the first 45 minutes went well with the referee, Lloyd Mapanje, handling the situation well. So Nathan Mtasa has come on for Frank Agemang, and then Ramela joined the fray in the middle of the park. Yeah, he came on again against Chelwan. He was outstanding.
So we can no longer have the two Mtasas in the field of play because Wisdom has been withdrawn.
Has since been withdrawn, and in comes Ramela, the Burundian. Let's wait and see how he copes with the pressure of playing for Zimbabwe's biggest team. In terms of success, in terms of age, it has to be Highlanders.
41.
Yeah, jersey number 41 for Chicken Inn. Kakonde Chisungu.
He's Congolese.
From DR Congo. Thanks, Willie.
Yeah, I'm told he was playing for FC Lipopo.
Yeah, we know all about FC Lipopo, who came here to play against Dynamos in the Champions League. As Mapanje gets us underway, and it's Makunike with a long ball forward. Sidibe was running well, and from a moment I thought he would win it. Here's a good take there by Harimarane. Takes a shot at goal, and Sidibe oh yeah, got underneath it and was leaning backwards so badly. He is actually not happy with himself. And this one rolls out of play. That will be a throw-in. Good header to avert the danger. Chicken in. Gary Jr. Brendan Chibika was the man behind that one. A youngster playing in the middle of the park. Need to watch these youngsters and see how they progress in the coming years. Mabunu Itai clips it through. Neti. It's taken away by Mandive. Mabunu again, and this one out of play, off Mutasa. Nathan. This one guided back by Junior Makunike. Confirmation of the substitution. Mutasa out for Ramela. And what do you make of those changes, Willie?
Yeah, of course, the Agme Young change has been a first injury inspired substitution because he couldn't continue when they brought in Nathan Mtasa. We were calling the star of the week after a good performance against TL1 and Scotland respectively. And Wisdom Mtasa, they've been bringing the Burundian. I think they need more firepower up front there because, like we were talking at halftime, that there were no real attempts at goal, no shot at targets, only one shot for Dynamos. So I think they definitely need the points, and considering that Dynamos are now scoring at the City end, one of their favorite side to score.
Yeah, just like Cape United, whenever they're facing the City end, you can expect fireworks.
Exactly. Last week against TL1, it was 1-1 at half time, and then at the end, the result was 4-1. They banged in 3 at that end.
The chance now. Sidibe was hesitant. Long clearance there from Chibika. Kwatizo finds Sidibe, but picked up once again, and I think Sidibe concedes a throw in. Itai Mabunu. Clips it long. Easily met there by Nyawa. Anywhere goes. Throw in. Dynamos are still warming up. 2 players out of your player confirmation of that substitution for Chicken Inn. Kakonde coming in there. Good header by Mabunu, away out of danger. Neti getting underneath it but doesn't go very far. And again, Landu clears the danger. And Neti guilty of a reckless tackle, and that will be a free kick. In a good looking position for Chicken Inn.
They can see Mego Charamba going over. Maybe he wants to whip in a cross and in swing.
Yeah.
There's Landu. I think he was lucky there.
I think what happened is that the referee realized that the Chicken Inn player was backing into Landu, who had already gone airborne, and he won the ball.
Yeah, I should have gone the other way, not against Landu. But then Neti with a reckless challenge.
Yeah, that was very reckless by Neti. Dynamos now will have to be very careful here. With Chioba yelling at his players to take up those preordained positions. Here it comes. Easily taken away. Neti can clear the danger. It comes all the way to Brendan Rendo. We should have no problem because he has got the blood in him of a top-class footballer. His grandfather was a great player, like I said earlier, Amos Rendo. Played for Wange. Top of the range defender who always appeared on the calendar. I know as a kid, and I could read that this is a good player from Wange. Makunike, Charamba looking up, and again getting underneath it. The technique, terribly lacking on that occasion. I mean, he didn't have any pressure at all. This is the incident. Chance now for Sidibe. Leroy Mafunga turns in field. Again getting underneath it. Players are struggling to produce shots. The only one I saw doing well was the player from FC Hunters, who was whipping them in and missing the target by a few inches. Although the team ended up going down, I think he was doing a very good job on that occasion.
Dabga,
of course. That's the player who was showing how it should be done. Bernard with a short one. Bebe clearing the ball. And the Ghanaian almost creating his own problems there. Bebe doing a good job on him. Itai Mabunu will guide this one backwards. Bernard is all by himself, but this was poorly done. Lucky for him, Makunike can pick it up. Here he comes up now. Junior Makunike checks infield. Lays it across. Chibika to Mabunu. And they got it back. This was a tap back. And Landu standing firm and defending well for his team. Mandivei. Mabunu climbing high. Here's Mtasa. Plays it wide. Now Dynamos coming through. Cutting it backwards. Hariramane. Landu. Just asking his players to take it easy. This is Mandivei. To Mavunga. Hariramane chipping it through for Mutasa. He couldn't control it on the run. And Chicken Inn survive. Throw in taken. Kupembe on the far side now. Bebe. Pumelelo, a very famous name because of a player who once played for Cape United in Pumelelo Zoa. Here it comes to Mandivei. Then again Leroy Mavunga struggling to control what looks like a simple job to do. Here is and the captain making one or two errors once again. This is a chance for Charamba, and he's brought down. And the yellow card for Ebo Gwatizo, despite his protestations and pleas for Messi. Mapanje will have to do his job. That was deliberate. He deserved it, Willie, doesn't he?
Yes, there was no intention to play the ball whatsoever. What he wanted is to break down the attack there by Chicken Inn, and the player was breaking loose. And there's confirmation of the yellow card to Ebo Gwatizo.
Gwatizo in the book, and for a defender, when you get a yellow card, it makes life very difficult. It means he's now walking a tightrope. Free kick in a very good looking position. Charamba behind it. Dynamos will have to watch it very carefully. They don't have many players in an upfield position, so Chicken Inn can be assured of sustained pressure. Mabunu tussling for space with some Dynamos defenders. Alongside Kakonde Chisungu, who I think is being asked to remove his jewelry. So he has to walk off the field of play.
And I'm told he spent the last season at the junior leagues in Moroccan Division 2.
Yes, Charamba with the ball that was headed away is going completely in the wrong direction. And Mabunu keeps the ball in play. Hukipembe. And headed away again by Shadrach Nyawa.
And I don't understand one thing, Stanley, that taking a free kick from this near side, from the opposite side, and you can't just get the wall. Surprising.
Yeah, it's very surprising. It just shows that, look, these things are not being practiced in training. Because you should know exactly who is responsible for all those set pieces. And now Kakonde Chisungu is getting a yellow card. I'm sure he was trying to enter the field of play without permission, because he was initially asked to leave to remove his jewelry. And now he's also on a tightrope.
Yeah, because when you want to re-enter the field of play, you need to use the correct route.
Yes. And normally if you go out, you spend a minute. Goal kick to Dynamos. It's Isaac Landu on the ball now for Dimbare. Now it comes to Mandivei. Nyawa wasn't expecting it. Long ball forward. And this one drifts out of play from Ramela Hererimana. Kakonde. A lovely ball through from Macharaga. Plays it. Good defensive work there from Timbare. Here's Isaac Landu. Neti guides it backwards so that Dynamos can restart the formula. He's still goalless. 58 minutes gone. Landu with a massive ball forward. Itaima Bunu is standing firm. And Neti plays the ball into touch. That will be another throw. Yeah, the two teams failing to play some fluid football. Hardly managing one or two passes before play breaks up. Kakonde. And he gets a corner. But Landu protests that the ball had already gone out. So that will be a corner kick. Second one for Chicken Inn as we take a look at it.
I think Landu was protesting that Kakonde, the last touch, after him blocking that cross, it came off the Chicken Inn player, but the referee Lloyd Mapanje didn't spot that. Even neither did his assistant Jealous Joao.
Joao would be very far from the scene. So I think Mapanje was right to rely on his own judgment. Corner kick. Carry on, Willie.
3 matches on today at Baba Field, still 0-0, and at Sakuba Stadium, Geze Platinum leading 1-0 in the early strike by Tinashe Mavudzi in the first half. Maniga Diamonds in trouble.
Here comes the corner, punched away for the Cameroonian. Then again, Chicken Inn managing to keep the ball in play. Kakonde. Tightly monitored by Ebo Gwatizo, who plays the ball into touch. Throw into the Gamecocks. Tandura Indra's team beginning to turn on the screw now. Camping into the Dynamos half. Here it comes. This one played away to Charamba. Cleared up once more. Sidibe does well to find Leroy Mafunga. No one in support for Leroy Mafunga. Decided to go through a crowd and he's been brought down. Free kick for Timbare. And it looks like Nathan Mtasa will come along as we take another look at it. Landu has come over. This is how it happened. Yeah, he was brought down. So the free kick is deserved. Let's see how Nathan Mtasa will float this one. Both hands up. It's a good looking cross into the area. Nobody home for Dynamos. Picked up by Kakonde, who loses out to Harerimana. Free kick to Dimbare once again. There it is. Kakonde was all over the Burundian like a rush. And it's a free kick. And again, Nathan will take it as we complete the replay there.
And you must be very careful. He's sitting on a yellow card.
Yeah, he's being a bit careless. Sion inside the area, headed away by Itaima Bunu. Dasa jumped high, Charamba taken through. And nobody home for Timbare. So this will be Donovan Bennett's ball as he prepares to clear the danger. Mabunu out of the picture. Well, he is there now. Looks like he's limping. Mandive heading the ball in the wrong direction. Out of play for a throw to the Gamecocks. Long throw. And Harerimana once again being fouled in the process by Chibika. Free kick to Dynamos Dimbare. There is the scene. Harerimana was the first to arrive, and then Chibika had no option. Chicken in, playing through. And Ndeka Konde was trying to float the ball into the net, having spotted the Dynamos goalkeeper. He scored, but of course he was way offside, and before didn't even make an effort. Here comes Harerimana, Tumtasa. Back to the two substitutes. Landu to Nathan Mtasa. Isaac Landu now to Mandive. Batizo. Mavunga finds his captain. Easily taken away. Netty was too slow. Chikanina coming through. Good play there by the captain, Nathan Mtasa. There's Mabono. That's a good ball. Harerimana. Oh, Batizo. It looked like he was going to test the goalkeeper, and these fans are also pointing that out, Willie. Exactly. Golden opportunity.
They expected the ball to hit the net, even Choba there, the Romanian coach, they call him technical director. He expected to find something on target with Abel Gatido with his left foot. It was on his favorite left foot. You'll see the replay again. Good ball play. And Gatido. He had so many options there, either to hit it first time on target or to control the ball well and pick his spot.
Yes, indeed. I think controlling it well would have been a better option because he was virtually unmarked. Here comes Mabuno, the gangling defender. Rolls it short. Rendo playing more and more as a defender, like the granddad. Time Mabuno. Makunike. Makunike once again for the Gamecocks, who are now beginning to knock the ball around with a bit of purpose. Drifting forward, Huki Pembe. Enfield, Landu, tight on his man, but commits a foul. That will be a free kick. And Isaac Landu gets some sense talking to for protesting too vigorously. And, the Gamecocks were trying to do it behind the ref's attention as these two ladies are enjoying a snack. That is the offense by Isaac Landu. Oh, this is a good chance now. Easily taken away by the Cameroonian goalkeeper. Idrisim 4, who plays a quick one forward. And Brendan Rendo has done well to take the ball away. Idrisu, Sidibe, leg support. Chance now comes up, Harerimana. And a chance for Zakpasu. It comes off a defender. Lando, magnificent play from the DR Congo man. They have to take the ball away from him illegally. Isaac Landu showing the confidence of a trickster.
No wonder why he's been man of the match in the last 3 games for Dynamos. Been a defender, been man of the match. He's very calm, cool on the ball.
And he reads the game very well.
Very well.
Here's Isaac Landu once more.
And the Marvelous Band has begun the deadlock at Babafiu Stadium. Highlanders lead the Arendals by 1-0.
Great chance there for Chilamoya to pick up 3 points. This one will be cleared away by Mfo. Throw into the Gamecocks, quickly taken. Rendo will pick it up. Brendan Rendo missed completely. Kakonde just wide of goal, but what a turn by Big.
Sharp turn inside the box with his left foot there, just missing the right upright post there for Idrisu Kapone. That was the ball by Brendan Rendo, missed by the Dynamos defenders. Yeah, it was off target, but that is a good effort by the tall dreadlocked striker.
That was a very sharp turn. Now it comes to Netty. Chickeny now also turning on the screw. Two teams exchanging attacks. That's a good run there. Landu stands in front of the man. Missed completely. Hararimana. Netty. Ndasa. It was a difficult pass. Chickeny have won it with Makunike. Gets the return pass. They're playing so well, eh? Nathan Mtasa is being pushed off the ball. Sidibe, more of a lone figure up front. Chioba has thrown in so many players in the middle of the park. And in the end it's a free kick after Harerimana fouled Chickeny, Cloud, Tatenda Macharaga. The referee Mapanje just waiting for the free kick to be taken. Chickeny are continuing now to carve open spaces in the Dynamos defense. And I can tell you, if it were not for big defender Landu, the story could have been different, especially in this second half. Chickeny seemed to be the better side. And now Chickeny players taking turns to do a bit of hydration there. Itai Mabunu was the last one to do it. Yeah, and the referee or the assistant referee on the far side
Changing his boots.
changing his boots. That's why the Vietnam end is not happy.
Tafire Piri.
Yeah. That's
comfortable with his boots and his sneakers.
Yeah, the assistant referee is ready now. The Dynamos are making a change. God knows Dakbasu leaves the field of play and in comes Telmo Pio. And the other one to come off is Leroy Mavunga, being replaced by Perfect Chikwende, the former FC Platinum player. He also went to Tanzania. He had a stint there, came back, went around, and finally has come at Dynamos.
Has played for Simba Bora.
Yeah, Simba Bora as well last season.
Last season was at Green Fuel.
Yeah, very nomadic player, isn't he?
Very nomadic. Started at Bulawayo Chiefs.
Four will pick this one up. But Kakonde is a useful sort. Since coming on, he's been very dangerous indeed. Sidibe.
Yeah, I can see that his presence there is causing a lot of headaches for the Dynamos rear guard. And like you mentioned earlier on, it had not been. That is a goal.
Wonderful goal. Brilliant. Taken the Chickeny have taken the lead. My word, what a strike. What a strike by the young man there. Just number 6, Tulani Joseph, catching the Dynamos goalkeeper, wandering, and he set in to make it chicken in one. Look at that. Yeah, certainly he will not be forgiven if it ends like this. We know the Dynamos fans are hard to please, but for making such an error, I tell you, Willie, he will have to go through a very difficult time for the next 14 minutes.
The goalkeeper was way off his line. Then Joseph spotted it. He was just outside the center circle. I think one foot was still in the center circle, and he just unleashed that half volley, should I say, from range that's about 40-something meters to beat the Cameroonian goalkeeper, and he should took full responsibility for that. After 73 minutes, Chicken in lead 1-0, and they're proving to be a boogie side to Dynamos. Remember, in the last 15 years, Dynamos haven't beaten Chicken in.
Yes, indeed, the Chicken in are playing with a lot of confidence because they know that they always get the better of Dynamos. Here they are now. Dynamos trying to go forward. Chicken in penalized after Rendo brought down an opponent, and that will be a free kick in a very promising position. Now 4 is almost halfway into his own half.
And the Vietnam is not happy.
The Vietnam is not happy about it. So I think somebody from the bench should tell him just to go back. Otherwise, they will be on his back throughout this last 15 minutes. Harerimana. Ramela Harerimana to take this kick inside the area, just over the bar.
That's Landu.
That's Landu heading it over. Looks like the goalkeeper has also picked up an injury.
That is if it is a real injury.
Yeah, well, FIFA is taking steps to stop this sort of thing, because they say that if the goalkeeper has to be treated, this is now the goal. Yeah, like you said, center circle.
Exactly.
Poor anticipation by the goalkeeper there.
And from
you
the
see it again and again. I mean, you can always see that the goalkeeper got it all wrong.
And news coming from the touchline is that Tondrendera says that he had spotted the goalkeeper on several occasions, and he told his players to try from range because they had spotted that the goalkeeper was leaving his line. See where he is now, on the 18-yard line.
Wasted effort there by the captain, Shadrach Nyawa. This one picked up by Chikwende. Sidibe does well to find Ramela. Pio. Neti with a cross inside the area. Bernard picks it up. Plays a long ball, and Kakonde couldn't get it. Chikwende now to Mandivei. Dynamos trailing by 1-0. Tulani Joseph blasting past the Dynamos Cameroonian goalkeeper. Pio. Nyawa. Now it comes to Mandivei. Sidibe. Dasa. Still Ramela. That was not clever. That was not clever at all by Sidibe, trying to come up with a spectacular kick. The Dynamos are piling on the pressure, and it looks like Chicken In are now thinking of defense. This is how the kick was taken. It was going to be dangerous. I mean, that was a good block on Mutasa. Dynamos will be trailing. Looks like the coach has got something up his sleeve. Talking to his players separately. First it was Landu, then Abogwatizo. And now the concerned player will have to leave the field of play. It looks like Hukupembe, the Namibian. Tyrese Hukupembe is at jersey 15. Let's just check.
It's not 19.
19, yeah, it is Hukupembe.
And as it stands this afternoon from all three centers, the scoreline is 1-0. Away side is enjoying the lead, except the Highlanders who are home, the only home team to lead so far.
Long ball forward. Good play there by the goal scorer. Chikwende. Harerimana. Back to Chikwende. Neti. Mutasa. Once again trying their luck with the goalkeeper way out of office. Nathan Mutasa. The idea was right, but the execution wasn't.
Yeah, cross-field ball, switching play. Good idea from Nathan Mutasa. The execution just deceived him there. And this man, Choba, in your picture, I wonder what he will do in the next round. He dropped a number today because of an error. Now today, Idrisu came up on another error. But they still have Hamonari.
Chikwende drifts into the area, goes down on the edge of the box. That was very close. If it's on the line, then it's a penalty. Yeah. Some of the Dynamos fans calling for a penalty. But that was careless on the part of the chicken in defender. Let's take a second look. That's in the box. I know it started outside.
But the rules say if he starts at the outside and continues to the box, then it should be a penalty.
But it looks like he didn't continue into the box.
Yeah, that was. You have a second look. I think that was a good spot by Mapanje.
Yeah. I mean, with a second look, Mapanje did right.
Yeah, I think the defender realized that he was getting into the box, then he removed his hand to kick it. Somebody's going to be shown a yellow card on the Dynamos technical bench.
The Dynamos coach, Chioba, getting a yellow card for persistently protesting and actually leaving his technical area.
Yeah, it was actually the official referee who called Lloyd Mapanje, the center referee, to come and caution the Romanian.
Let's see now the change by Dynamos. They're pulling out Sidibe. Moses Demera comes on, and Sidibe calls it a day. Now Demera has got only 8 minutes plus stop time, make an impact. This is the same player who sunk Hard Rock at the Baobab Stadium in the 14 minutes that they played to complete the abandoned match at the Chawanda Stadium. Nathan Mutasa stands behind it. Demera being closely monitored there by Itaima Bunu. Here comes the kick. Just the goal from the captain there. Oh, Chicken Inn can breathe a huge sigh of relief. because Shadrach Nyawa was behind the post. Played it across the line. Nobody was in the way. And it sailed out. That's a massive clearance. Harerimana finds Peel. Free kick just outside the box. As we take a look again at the effort there. Mandivei. Nyawa gives it to his goalkeeper. He certainly will have a difficult time explaining to his colleagues and fans what he was thinking. Charamba now. Racing well. That was a good save. Neti can come away with it. 6 minutes to the end. Good job done there by Hukupembe, the Namibian.
Yeah, the goalkeeper there did well to avoid further embarrassment because they did not come up with that save to take the ball from the feet of Kakonde there. It could have been easily 2-0 to Chicken Inn with about 5 minutes to go, plus whatever the referee is going to add in at the end of the 90.
Here comes Pio now. Telmo Pio to Chikwende. Nyawa lifts it high. I think this is what the coach was talking about. Ebo Gwatizo to drift into the box as much as possible. Kakonde taking time to get up. He knows very well that team is leading, and of course time is on their side. Confirmation of the scoreline: 1-0 in, leading here. Dynamos 0. Mandivei clears. Chikwende adds weight to it. Itai Mabuno. Pio. Ding dong affair. The chance now for Chisungu Kakonde. Straight to the goalkeeper. This is Neti. Demera. Chikwende. Gwatizo was already off his line. Nyawa shepherding the ball to the near touch line. Gwatizo. Comes Demera. Chikwende as well. Didn't keep on running. And the ball rolls kindly into touch. The Dynamos are applying the pressure. Less than 4 minutes off the 90. As we take another look at the tackle. This was Agemang. Charamba going forward. Kakonde has been very effective since coming on. Nyawa has done well. Harerimana. Neti. Played it behind Nathan Mutasa, who was on the run. And it rolls into touch. Much to the chagrin of the Dynamos fans in the Vietnam stands as he see Mutasa.
Yeah, I think he's explaining to the Dynamos teammate there that you should play the ball right in front of me.
Exactly.
They were too slow, then they played it behind. Very difficult ball from the young man, and no wonder why he slipped.
Here's Makonike. He's been outstanding for Chicken Inn, and in the end, Dynamos are getting a free kick. Landu. It's a pity Isaac Landu is on the losing side. He's played a brilliant game.
Did a blinder.
Yeah, he played a blinder, and it looks like we'll be getting 5 minutes of stoppage time. Tussle for the ball in the area. The goalkeeper has lost it, but gets it at the second bite of the cherry. Donovan has gone down. Let's take a second look. You end up for it. And Demera did not keep his eye on the ball. And this will be a free kick. Well, it's a drop ball instead. The Chicken Inn continuing with their dominance. If it ends like this, they'll have beaten Dynamos home and away, because they won 2-0 in the first encounter. Nyawa forward. And this one rolls kindly back to Donovan Bennett, who is forced to pick up the ball and play it downfield. And 4 now can collect. Under pressure, he's praying that his teammates do something to exonerate him. If they can get a goal, then it means he won't talk much about it. Pio. And Charamba.
90 minutes are up, and
90 minutes up.
5 minutes. That's a minimum of 5 minutes, DJ.
Yes, it is. Because whatever happens during these 5 minutes, that time will be added on again. Demera doing well. Mtasa rounding off. Corner kick.
And Landu is saying to Mtasa, hold on, don't hurry, I'm coming up.
Yeah. Chicken Inn are making changes. Charamba will leave the field of play. And in comes Farai Tenakwadi. Tenakwadi is a defender. So Tendra Indiraya is fortifying his defense. Now they're piling on the defenders in the last few minutes.
But at times, best way of defending is attacking.
Exactly. This is a good-looking cross. Not a very good one this time around. Pio. Nobody home. I think this is where Dynamos, got it wrong. When it comes to serving the, attacking players, they were found wanting.
Exactly.
And I can see by the muteness of these fans,
yeah, even
that their team is on the wrong side of the scoreline. Come again?
Exactly. I was saying they have not been servicing their front line with clean balls. Even you see, witnessed in the first half when they steered the likes of Agmayang and Sidibe. Those two, they had no shot on target the entire first half except Agyamang when he got injured.
Yeah, in fact, the attacking side of Dynamos was found wanting.
And Chicken Inn has only 2 shots on target. One that ended in the back of the goal by Tulani Joseph, and one by the dreadlocked striker who came in. And Dynamos only one by Agmayang in the first half.
Yes, indeed. Chicken Inn are standing firm, with Mabunu clearing the danger. Landu looking for support, gets it. To the long crossfield pass. Good defensive work there by Mabunu. Batizo has gone onto the left-hand side. This is a good looking cross, but again Mabunu standing firm. Poor service once again. Pio, I don't think he wanted that ball. Chikwende. He came in with some firepower, perfect Chikwende. This is a good looking chance and a good catch by Donovan Bennett. Donovan Bennett will roll it short before clipping it downfield. Good take there. Chicken In will now keep possession. Sinakwadi now playing on the other side of defense. Neti. Tasa, bit too slow.
And in the last couple of minutes, Chicken In has been defending as if their lives depend on this match.
And I think their lives depend on this particular match. They haven't been getting points away from home this easy.
Missiles from the Vietnam.
Yeah, they are all getting impatient. They can look at their watches. They can see that time is running out. Only 30 seconds to go. With Chinakwadi taking time to play the ball forward. And the goalkeeper rolls it forward. The last throw of the dice. The referee looking at his watch. He has got his whistle in his mouth. Just allowing Dynamos to complete this raid. He's headed in the wrong direction. Here's Demera. And Mapanje with another look. And finally blows to end the encounter here at Faro Stadium. What a victory for Chicken In. They keep their dominance over Dynamos intact. And of course today, Dynamos will be looking at their goalkeeper, the Cameroonian Idrissom 4, on what exactly was going through his mind when he was gallivanting. So it ends here at Faro Stadium. Dynamos 0, Chicken In 1. Your thoughts about the match, Willie?
Yeah, it was not a very good match, a big yawn, but at the end of the day, we've got a goal. And I think viewers can see their Choba complaining to the referee Mapanje. Remember, it can be sent off after full time. You must be very careful. He's sitting on a yellow card already. And that was a very good goal by Tulani Joseph, spotting the goalkeeper off his line. And he took it very well, clinical into the top corner. The goalkeeper tried to backpedal, but he couldn't reach the ball. And he should take full responsibility for that. And I'm told Marvin Spandated the second, so Highlanders won 2-0 at Baba Field, and it was still 1-0 at Sakuba, Ngezi leading Manika Diamonds. So here at Rufaro Stadium, as you can see confirmation on the screen there, Dynamos 0, Chicken In 1, like DJ Stan has just said. Chicken In has continued their dominance over Dynamos. This year completing a double over Dynamos, and it's their former son, Tondera Indiraya, former coach, former player.
Yeah, Tondera Indiraya. Remember, he lost his job after coming second while coaching Dynamos. You know, when he looked back, that was a painful decision. But here is the Dynamos coach once again, very unhappy. I think he's tasting defeat for the second time after Wange.
Yes.
In
the league it's for the first time.
In the league for the first time. In the cup, he lost to Wange. So, yeah, he's getting used to it a bit. Otherwise, he started off very well. And his team lacked punch up front. He didn't attack enough. And in the end, it encouraged the opponents to try and to push forward. And they were very, very fortunate with that long-range strike from Tulani Joseph. He was now voted the man of the match.
Yeah, I think the Dynamos coach, his board of contention is that penalty claim they wanted here. But TV replays here clearly showed that it was outside the box. And the referee got it quite right because the pulling happened outside the box and that was no penalty. So the Dynamos coach, I don't know why he's so furious.
Well, he doesn't have the advantage that we have. We are watching the replays and I can see Charles Shannon Mabika is alongside Chioba, the Dynamos coach. It's over to you, Charles.
Right, the Chicken In Hoodoo continues with its invincibility over Dynamos. Again, Dynamos just fell short. And I'm joined here by visibly dejected Dynamos head coach Aristika Chwaba. Well, tough luck, coach. Like I said, Chicken Inn continue with their invincibility over Dynamos even before you came here.
Yes, I don't know what continue about inside in the pitch. You have one shoot in the target and it's coming one score, and this I think some mistake from our goalkeeper. Congratulations, is win the game, but for us it's very difficult about here in Zimbabwe. Okay, you play 3 games in 7 days. The player you see today, not too much power. He's put the more energy from last game from the Scotland, from no lose. Only 3 days from recuperation the player, but it's not enough. And I think here is the difference. The power and the opponent is coming more defensive. The first 45 minutes I have only one chance, but second half we come try from the play. Let's continue. This is the football. Sometime win, sometime lose. Let's see what happen is not good. What is the good, and continue from the future about this. This is the.
Coach, we saw you being shown a yellow card. What was that for?
Yes, I take the yellow card. You know, it's not good for us talking from the referee, but I like see again. If it's the penalty, he can lose 1 point, and it's not good in the football. Sometimes need fair play. Me, I know like talking from the referee, but I like see again if it's penalty or not penalty. If it's not penalty, I apologize from the referee, but if it's the penalty, he can lose 1 point, and why this situation? And I see in the TV, I think it's the clear penalty from us. Clear penalty.
Yeah, we will be playing that one and let the viewers decide. Okay, coach, tough luck. All the best for the next.
Thank you so much.
All right, he is dying to watch the replay of that disputed penalty. The Dynamos head coach got shown a yellow card for that one. He thinks it's a penalty. All right, I'm now joined up by the head coach of Chicken Inn. He is a former Dynamos coach. When he was at Dynamos, he struggled to beat Chicken Inn. Now he's at Chicken Inn. They continue beating Dynamos. What a story football is, Stanza.
Yeah, a huge story. But you said it, CNN, before the game that we had history to protect. Yeah, while Dynamos also had to break the duck. Yeah, and we said it, that pressure is more on Dynamos than us, because we have always been. This has always been our home, if I should say that. Yeah, against Dynamos. So yeah, I'm very excited. I think to get 6 points off Dynamos this season is very satisfying, very pleasing. So I'm happy for the boys. I think today. In fact, starting from the game against Ngezi Platinum Stars, our team has been improving, improving by each game. Right. Yeah, solid performances, but we were just unfortunate to lose in the penalty shootouts in those cup games. But I'm very happy for the boys today. Very happy for the Chicken Inn family. Yeah, they've endured a lot of pain this season, but I think things are now starting to fall into place. The team is now starting to get together, and I think with the quality that we added in the team, I mean, what more can you ask for? And then I'm happy for the youngsters. Like I said, we played 18-year-old Junior Garikai at defensive midfield there. You saw what he did today. Yeah, we played Cloud Macharaga, a 16-year-old. Yeah, we are trying to build the team, and I think the potential is there. The future is bright for Chicken Inn. Yeah. Oh,
congratulations, coach. Safe trip back to the city of Kings and Queens.
Legendary CNN. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Happy coach Stanza, like I said, he said this is our ground. I would Chicken Inn by no know is like their ground, but Bangar with Timbare, right? That's the Chicken Inn. Now I would Chicken Inn. I will continue Timbare. Well, that's the beauty of football, or the cruelty, or the ugliness of football, whichever way you want to term it. Right. That's how it came to that one. 1-0 for Chicken Inn. I can tell you that in the city of Kings and Queens, at least Highlanders managed to break the hoodoo of Herentals because they beat them by 2-0. And at Sakuva Stadium, Manica Diamonds continue to sing the blues. They lost to Ngezi Platinum by 1-0. Well, that's just about it. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everyone in the ZBC TV sports crew, fronted by our producers Bevan Shinurai, Stuart Shoriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, Gina Gwanzura, and Nicole Kamonere. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, legendary CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.
Missed the breaking news on ZBC? Missed your favorite show again because you were stuck at work? Not anymore. Introducing Z Plus, the new ZBC OTT platform. Listen to Radio Zimbabwe, Classic 263, Power FM, National FM, or any of your favorite ZBC radio stations live and stay connected to the latest music, sport, talk shows on radio wherever you are. You can also stream ZBC television live and catch up on news, dramas, sport, gospel, or your classic shows whenever it suits you. Listen and watch on your phone, tablet, or smart TV, anytime, anywhere. Download the Z Plus app now from the Google Play Store or Apple App Store, or visit zplus.co.zw. Z Plus, home in your pocket.